era begins again.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this segment. Man, over the last couple days over on the East Coast, a lot of news coming out. We're going to be doing that one again today, but a different article came out. So, man, NewJersey.com is really getting on the Pagans right now. But this next story I find unbelievable. It has to do with tradition, and you'll see that. But I wanted to answer a couple questions as well. I've been getting a lot of emails. A lot of people saying the Pagans are selling patches to become a full member. It's $600. You know what? I cannot believe that. I can't. The Pagans have a history going back a long way, and I just cannot see them selling patches to the club. They've been a big one percenter club on the East Coast. Again, I don't know. I'm not on the ground out there. But you know what? If I don't know, I'm not going to say anything about it. Besides that, we just report on stuff. We're not reporting on the politics, how the recruitment's going. Yeah, we might do it with some clubs and stuff, but those are the newer clubs. But again, I just cannot believe that one, what people are saying. I must have got over 150 emails about that. So, make your own choices. It is what it is. So let's go into this article real quick. Okay, everybody knows there's a tradition around a lot of clubs at funerals. A lot of people know that guns are shot off. Well, NewJersey.com printed today, Pagans motorcycle club member arrested for firing shots in the air at a wake. This again, according to what police says. This is written by Alex. 2 members of the Pagans motorcycle club were arrested after one of them fired several shots in the air outside an evening wake in Jersey City. New Jersey Advance Media has learned. The incident happened outside of Riedo Funeral Home on October 18th, police said. Now, I find this kind of funny because it is October 29th if you're watching this video when we posted it. But this happened on October 18th, and a lot of the media has been reporting about the New Jersey Crime Commission bringing up how much of a threat the Pagans have been. Now, I don't know if this is a coordinated effort, call me a conspiracy theorist, but why did it take almost 11 days after the incident to get printed? Is it for show? Is it, personally, I think there's an agenda behind all this media stuff going on. Again, the police is feeding this stuff. You got to let me know what you guys think. The arrest comes amid growing concern among law enforcement that the Pagans Motorcycle Club is undergoing a resurgence in New Jersey, leading to an increase in safety threats to the public. Well, I think I just answered my own question, didn't I? What they're doing is they're going story after story after story. They're planning it out, if you ask me, of what they're going to be releasing. Because a lot of articles have come out on this. I think I had to print like 5 articles on this stuff over at HarleyLiberty.com. And, it's from one issue to the next, to the next, to the next. And, wow. All I have to say is wow. A previous law enforcement memo obtained by New Jersey Advance Media, which was probably given to you, and it was probably, if not, leaked to you, has warned that the club is looking to expand in the Jersey City area. In the October 18th incident, Thomas Padilla Jr., 35 of Elizabeth, fired off several rounds of a gun into the air in a residential area of Stagg Street as a crowd of onlookers cheered and clapped, according to the criminal complaint. New Jersey with their gun laws, man. Let me tell you, we live in Illinois and they're pretty strict. You got to get a void card and all that. I just can imagine what it is behind enemy lines in New Jersey regarding their gun laws and stuff like that. Now, the only thing I can see that happen is I know they usually do it at the funeral in the cemetery. Maybe the wake, might have not been too hot, but it is a tradition with clubs when a member dies that you fire some shots in the air. Could he have done something different? Yeah. But, again, I don't think that is the story here. What I think the story is the selective leaks and how they are putting out this information to the public. According to the complaint, Padilla was wearing a motorcycle vest with a Pagans patch on the back, though the complaint said he took it off his club jacket and placed it in the front passenger seat of a 2007 white Dakota before police arrived. Now, that right there has me thinking. Right there. He put it in the truck before police arrived. Was it somebody at the wake that called the cops? See, that's fishy right there. The complaint said a retired Jersey City police officer witnessed the incident and also saw Padilla put the gun under the seat of the pickup truck. So there was a retired city police officer. So yeah, I was right. Somebody that was around the wake, or I don't know what was going on. He was probably the one that called the cops. And that brings up a good point right there. A lot of people wonder why clubs don't bring in ex-cops to their ranks. And this one right here is showing you point blank why they don't. Just because they're an ex-cop or retired doesn't mean they're not a cop. They're going to go after their buddies and tell them what's going on. And you just can't trust that when you're in a club. What if you're at a party doing a couple lines, smoking some stuff, banging a pretty lady down in the corner and stuff, and he don't like it? Next thing you know, you got all kinds of freaking cops busting into the party because this one guy didn't like what was going on. That's why police are not usually not allowed in 1%er clubs, but things are changing. I don't know. Padilla was charged with possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, unlawful possession of a weapon, and certain persons not to carry weapons, police said. A certain person not to carry offense carries a maximum prison sentence of 10 years, while the other offenses carry 3 to 5 year sentences. So this guy is looking at a minimum of, or a max of 10 years in prison for firing a couple shots in the air at a funeral. These sentencing guidelines are way out of whack, but then you got some of these, how can I say, people on the left, one of them running for president said you gotta, if he's president, well, you're gonna have to register your AR-15s or you're gonna have to give them up to the government. That is the true purpose, is to disarm the people of America. And, I always believed with the gun violence stuff is enforce the current laws, but have some common sense. Really, you're gonna freaking sentence somebody, and you know what it is they're gonna use his association, his membership in the motorcycle club to get him the maximum sentence there is, especially if he had a previous record, something like that. So, wow. Christopher Kresh, who was also wearing a Pagans motorcycle club jacket, took the gun from the car and walked away from the scene before police arrived, according to the complaint. He's 30 of North Bergen, was charged with unlawful possession of a weapon and hindering apprehension. Yep, it was that ex-law enforcement cop that did it. Because the cops weren't there yet. And they knew what was going on, the whole 9 yards. Guy took the gun, walked away, and now they're saying hindering apprehension. The shooting happened just days before the State Commission of Investigation conducted a day-long hearing in Trenton. There you go. Selectively leaking the story out to the public to make it look worse than it was, and to give them ammunition to pass whatever the hell they want against pagans, outlaw motorcycle clubs, whatever you call it. That is the purpose here. They're trying to get public support behind them, and this is the reason why somebody should have a public relations officer out there, because I guarantee you the news will flock to them. And I brought up a situation where this actually happened after that Denver incident with the Mongols and Iron Order. At first they were all on Iron Order's side, but as soon as the Mongols held that press conference, the headlines read, police officers try to take on outlaw motorcycle club members, all that good stuff. They flipped that story around. So this is something that you might want to look into again. Public relations officer. The shooting happened, I got that. At the meeting, officials noted the resurgence of the Pagans in New Jersey has taken place under the direction of a new national president, Keith Conan Richter. Richter was present at the October 19th funeral and delivered a speech at the burial at Holy Name Cemetery in Jersey City, according to a video of the speech. Well, they either got the video from surveillance or there's a leaker from whoever was there taking the video. Quote, "One of the best, he will be deeply missed and not forgotten," Richter said, or can be heard saying. He then led the crowd gathered at the burial site in a chant. "Who are we?" Richter asked. The crowd responded, "Pagan Nation." According to the funeral home's website, the service was being held for Manuel Noli Reyes Jr., 41. Reyes' connection to the Pagans is unclear. A representative for the funeral home did not return a call for comment. Funerals for pagan members and associates typically attract large numbers of motorcycles because they are, quote, mandatory runs, meaning all members in the area, even out of state, have to attend. Or maybe it's just a brotherhood, and that's showing, solidarity and stuff in a family's time of need. The Pagans Motorcycle Club is traditionally a white male group with loose connections to white supremacy organizations, officials said. As part of its recent expansion, the Pagans have been acquiring Hispanic members and members of traditional street gangs like the Bloods and the Latin Kings, according to the police. I get so sick of the papers putting something like that. They do not go for sure. They're just going off of what the cops have to say. And again, it's trying to make them look worse. The incident outside the funeral home was briefly mentioned by law enforcement at the SCI hearing as an example, here we go, as how violence among pagan members puts the public at risk. The club now has 17 chapters throughout New Jersey, which is a 50% increase since 2016, the official says. Again, we cannot confirm that. Prior to the hearing, law enforcement officials have shared information that the Pagans Motorcycle Club is looking to establish a stronger presence in the Jersey City area, according to a March 15 memo from the New Jersey State Police. The memo was issued to warn law enforcement that there could potentially be a clash between Pagans and Motorcycle Club associated, the Hells Angels, the Lost Boys, at a March 16th party held at the Lost Boys Clubhouse on Harrison. The memo said Pagan club members were at the time recently seen near O'Abbey's Corner Grill and Pub on Fifth Street. A spokesman for the New Jersey City Police Department said at the time there were no arrests associated with the event. So if there wasn't no, arrest at this event, then why wasn't it even mentioned in this article? See, this is how propaganda is, and why you have to have counter propaganda, type of operation going on. It has gotten to be at that point because, again, the information going out online is just freaking unreal, and people are getting this kind of stuff firsthand. real quick, and they're able to make their minds up real quick. And that's why I believe that the police and media, as we always know, are cahoots, and it sells stories. Because let me tell you, you can have somebody out there raising all kinds of funds for veterans, kids with cancer, but you know what sells? It's something like this. And this is why it is most prominent in these news organizations. They love to get a hold of stuff that's biker related. And you know what? Just look at, for example, SOA and Mayans. Okay? That show is taken off. Mayan season 2 has gone through the roof, and I don't even think it's that good of a show. But Sons of Anarchy was always on the top. This kind of stuff sells because the allure of the outlaw lifestyle and, you know, the image that bikers have. So yeah, it's gonna sell, and you're gonna continue seeing these type of stories. And you know, I'll say it a million times, you got to get your side out. But I hope you enjoyed this, ya hooligans. I'll see you in the next segment.